Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and I'm here to do a video. I saw this on, I'm pretty sure it was Simply Han who did this video on the tarot tubes, where she paired decks based solely on the backs of the cards. And I've actually thought this for a while. I'm like, nobody's gonna want to see that. But then she's done a whole slew of videos on it, and I'm like, yes, I totally want to do this. So I actually have I have 5 pairs, and one of my pairs is a thruple. There's 3, because I couldn't decide. So we'll see how well these go together. Now I know, they all probably go together, but we'll see. I want you guys to tell me your opinion below. It is Saturday, April 19th, 2025. I've got my second cup of coffee started here, and so let's get it on. So the very first thought I ever thought of doing this was years ago when I got this deck. I put it in a pouch because the Los Scarabeo box it come in just went to crap. This is the Universal Celtic Tarot. I etched it in this green. These are the backs. It's stunning. And then a couple years later, or even a year later, the Tarot at the End of the Rainbow came out, and it has almost identical backs. Also by Los Scarabeo. It comes with a little white book. And these are the backs. To me, they're almost identical. They still have the 3 swirly thing in the middle. This one's just got more color in it because it's a rainbow. But they're very fitting. And years and years, just like 4 years ago, when I got this deck, and then I turned around and got this deck, I said, someday I would like to do a video on the backs of decks. And then I was like, no, I've been toying with that idea for years. And then she went ahead and did it. And I'm like, okay, I can do it. So somebody may want to watch this. Who knows? So these are the backs. Now I know for a fact these are going to go together just because, you'll see. They are going to go together. Yeah. So we have the Hanged Man and the 3 of Wands. The 6 of Cups and the 9 of Wands. The only difference in this artwork, I think, is that there's a rainbow in each color here. Although that one doesn't... Oh, she's got it around her neck. You can't hardly see it well, but there's a little rainbow around her neck. King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. 8 of Cups and the Knight of Cups, or Swords. Death and the 8 of Cups. That's beautiful because we got the Death card, which is a little harsh in this deck. There's heads on spikes in this, but then he's walking away, letting go. And that, to me, signifies, the end of a cycle, the end of something, which encircles the Death card. So that's pretty cool. And then we got the Hierophant with the Knight of Cups. I just love these. I've never paired these 2 together, but I knew once I got this one and I already had this one that they would pair together. The backs even match beautifully. 3 of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles. 6 of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And they're both in the outdoors. I have the 5 of Pentacles, and I love this Page of Cups. So cute. 9 of Pentacles and the 3 of the High Priestess. Oh, yes. These are gorgeous together. 9 of Cups and the Temperance. Both a lot of water. One more. 6 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups. Yes, that is stunning. They go well together, and the backs, of course, match well. I think. What do you guys think in the comments? I love this, and I haven't edged this one yet, but it's probably going to be the same color as the Universal Celtic Tarot, maybe a little bit darker green than what I got here. But I think this color goes fantastic with the backs. Anyway, that's the first pairing. My second pairing, I actually didn't realize was the pair until I got it out, because I was going to pair this. This is a pouch I made from Chanel. At Chanel Days, she made a long time ago a video on how to make a pouch, and I was tired of making them the way I was making them, so I followed her. I actually added a string to it to wrap it around, so it's actually lays out where I can do a tarot spread right here, and then the deck is here. This is the Lorenzi Tarot by US Games. These are the backs, and I was initially thinking what did I just say? The tarot, they just come out with a mini of it. I'm looking at it and I still can't remember the name of it. Hold on. It's just going to drive me crazy. Because I was initially thinking this was going to pair with the Tarot of the Mystical Moments. And I'm like, oh, they got similar backs. But then as I was pulling those decks out, I realized I have the Dream Keepers Tarot by Liz Houston. This is a mass market. This is a US Games, I'm pretty sure, also. Yeah, US Games deck. And I'm like, oh my god, the backs go way better with this than it does with the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Plus, they're both US Games. Well, all three of them are US Games. So they got this circular thing in the middle. Yes, they're different colors, but they're very light and mild, airy colors, if you ask me. And both of these decks, in my mind, because we know the Dream Keepers Tarot is kind of like a dreamscape deck, which is that. Lorenzi Tarot to me also is some kind of dreamy, weird. They're both weird decks. I'm just gonna say, I can actually handle the Tarot Mystical Moments better than I do these two. These two rarely get used because unless I'm having a really crazy dream that just haunts me and I can't get rid of it, that's when these decks come out. Because, yeah. So this is already we got the Five of Wands and the Tower. Like, come on. The Lorenzi Tarot is a little bit wider. The Dream Keepers Tarot regular tarot size. The Lorenzi Tarot is a little bit bigger. But, yeah, look at that. The Fates and the Nine of Pentacles. I don't know that they go together, but Temperance and the King of Cups. There is a dream-like quality to both of these decks. Knight of Wands and Judgment. Wow. That is a cool Judgment. I haven't pulled this deck out in a while. That's crazy. The Hermit and the Emperor. Wow, there's a lot of male energy here. The Magician and the Two of Cups. Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. Four of Wands and Justice. Wow, these are pretty cool together. I would say aesthetically they don't really go because there's a lot of guts and stuff in this deck. But coloration, yes, they go together. Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. Ten of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Six of Cups and the Eight of Swords. Wow. The Empress and the Moon. Wow. One more. The Moon and Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Wow. Anyway, what y'all think? Does those go together? Should I pair this with the, one of these? Would these pair better with, would one of these pair better with the, Tarot Mystical Moments? You tell me. I think these both are, like I said, weird and strange, but they're just on the other side of the fence of weird and strange from the Tarot of Mystical Moments. The Tarot of Mystical Moments is weird in its it has a message to give. These are just weird to be weird, I think. My opinion only. Anyway, what y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Do those go together? Would you pair them together? Do you have both of those decks? Next, we got the thruple. The first two decks I thought of pairing together was, and I put out the third one. I keep it in a pouch because the box went to crap. The Morgan Greer, which also is U.S. Games, with my Stretch Tarot, the new linen cardstock version on Make Playing Cards. And as you can see why. They're stars. I don't know that they'll go together, but then when I was pulling stuff off the shelf looking for the Morgan Greer, I remembered the Surrealist Tarot also has stars on the back. I'm like, So I couldn't resist trying all three. I'm going to have to pull the camera up just a little here. Oh, wow. Morgan Greer. Stretch Tarot is an indie deck, if you didn't know. Surrealist Tarot is Lo Scarabeo. And we're just going to check all three of these out together. Right off the bat, I can tell you none of them match. We got the Star, Six of Swords, and Six of Pentacles. Interesting. We got the Five of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Page of Wands. Interesting. I love the vibrancy of the Surrealist Tarot. I have a love-hate relationship with the Morgan Greer. The Stretch Tarot is in my top 5 favorite decks of all time. So I have very different feelings and very different vibes, and I do very different things with all three of these decks, which it's probably why I'm having a hard time right now consolidating that any of these would go together. But the backs all go fantastic. So the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Three of Wands. Wow. That's crazy that those went together like that. Crazy. And that's the card I always look for in tarot. So, interesting. We have the Death card, that's upside down. The Two of Swords, and the Hermit. Interesting. I do notice that one or the other has good coloring. So I'm kind of back and forth, like these two go together or these two go together, but not all three. So that's interesting. Queen of Rods, the Two of Swords. It's another Two of Swords, right? Yeah, I have a two of Swords in this deck. And the Ten of Cups. Interesting. One more. What y'all think? I mean, we can't deny the backs all match, but I think they are better off used separately. The High Priestess, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. And I like how the minors in the Stretch Tarot have keywords also, so that's patience with the Page of Cups and the High Priestess. So technically, you could almost use this as an oracle using the keywords between the two. Interesting. Okay, I lied. One more. Oh, now they're all turned around. Seven of Swords, the Nine of Cups with Contentment, and the Star. Interesting. What y'all think? Was I stupid for even thinking those would go together, or what? That's crazy. Yeah, I love this this deck though. This Stretch Tarot is my favorite. I have the version on his website, and then I also have this version for Make Playing Cards. So this one has a few extra cards in it, but I keep them all in. So, and I never use the Morgan Greer because we have a love-hate relationship. And I know people are going, "What? How do you have a love-hate relationship with Morgan Greer?" Well, go back to my walkthrough. You'll find out. If I remember, I'll post a link below. next two are there's no reason these two don't go together. The Disney Villains Tarot, the Hocus Pocus Tarot, both by Inside Editions. Both have very similar backs. Look at that green. Gorgeous. I have a lot of Inside Edition decks. But when I think of pairs, I think of these two because purple. And the inside of the Hocus Pocus is purple. And we got more purple. So yeah, they're very purple. Plus, I think they have very similar artwork. Look at this crap. The 10 of coins and the King of pumpkins, which is the pumpkins, or the coins in this. Interesting. They're both houses. They're both castles. That's weird, right? Or is it perfect? I will say the Disney Villains has... Oh, there's two cards there. That's why I'm like, that's a little thicker. The Disney Villains, yeah, they're about the same cardstock. Because they hadn't started thickening the cardstock yet. Ace of Swords and the Queen of Candles. Three of Swords and the Three of Pumpkins. These are fabulous together. Knight of Wands and the King of Potions. Six of Coins, Four of Coins, and the Nine of Potions. These are both partial pip decks. The Hangman and the Six of Candles. Four of Candles? I can't remember. Six of Candles. Page of Swords and the Two of Candles. These are so stinking cute together. Five of Swords and the Hierophant, which is also number 5. See that? 5, 5. That's crazy. The Chariot and the Seven of Pumpkins, which is, hello, what's going on here with the number thing? Because that's number 7 and that's number 7. That's crazy. Crazy. Because we had 3 of Swords too, didn't we? And the 3 of Pentacles. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Where did you go? Yeah, we had 3 of Swords here. And the 3 of Pumpkins here. Yeah. Like, all these numbers match. That's crazy. That, because I don't do numerology, and I'm just now starting to kind of dip my toes in, maybe that's what these two are for. 5 of Wands, 4 of Candles. Love the green. Love anything green and purple. 7 of Swords and the 5 of Candles. 2 of Wands, 10 of Pumpkins. It's funny because the Villains Tarot feels very light and fluffy compared to this one, the Hocus Pocus Witchcraft Tarot. That's interesting. Page of Wands and the Page of Lightning. Wow. The Fool and the 7 of Candles. Okay, one more before I run out of time. The Wheel of Fortune and the 5 of Potions. That's cool. So those obviously go together. Obviously go together. Yeah. And the backs are gorgeous together. We got the Villains here. And I love the purple here. The Villains Tarot is one of 2 that I really don't use a whole lot. I mean, we don't have a love-hate relationship. We're indifferent to each other. Because I wanted it, and I loved it, and I wanted it so much, and then I got it, and it just kind of, and I'm like, what? I do love the Hocus Pocus Tarot, though. Okay, so this is the Fox's Wedding. I got on Kickstarter a while back ago, like a long while back ago. Why is it, the cards look dirty? This is a linen cardstock. This is a Marseille style deck. They did it on Kickstarter. It didn't go the first time. This is very large cards. It didn't go the first time. It's gorgeous backs. And then the second time when they went, I was like one of the first backers, and I was one of the first people that did a walkthrough. So the creator actually sent me the book when it came out for free, and an 8x10 of my card of choice, which was the Queen of Swords, because I am the Queen of Swords. So I have an 8x10. And he was like, that's my thank you for being the first one that did an interview and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's so cool. So this is an indie deck. I don't know at all if it's still in print or not. And then we have the Relative Tarot by Carrie Paris. This is mass market. Wiser Books. I had a brain fart. Couldn't figure it out. This is beautiful linen. It does slip. It's not edged. It's these gorgeous backs. Then we got the Relative Tarot that has the same little kind of square things on it. They are lightly different colors, but I think of each other when I see this. And then this one's gilded in gold. I've been dying to pair these two together just to see if they go together. And I'm going to have to spread out a little bit. Yeah. So we have the, oh my god, and there's nothing on this deck that tells you what it is. But there are 6 swords there. So 6 of Swords and the Hanged Man. Why are they all upside down? And the Hangman. I don't really use the Fox's Wedding just because I deem it so precious. The Relative Tarot I use strictly for past life work and mediumship work. So, yeah. But I do want to see how these pair together. So, 6 of Swords and the Hangman. The Tower and the 3 of Cups. I'm actually digging this. The Knight of Swords and the Magician. Interesting. And they're almost like facing each other. The King of Swords and the 5 of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles and the Fool. Gorgeous. Justice and the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Pentacles and the Hermit. The Priestess and the 5 of Pentacles. Interesting. And this is actually the cover of the box. Yeah. Here. The Sun and the 7 of Wands. Interesting. The Hangman and the 2 of Wands. What do we got? All majors here. The Hermit and the 2 of Cups. The 10 of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands. I find this very fascinating. I don't know why, but I'm into it. Temperance and the 2 of Pentacles. They're vastly different. Obviously. I just think the backs go together. But there's something here. Queen of Cups and the 7 of Swords. Maybe because it's all people-y. And it's people transposed on this one. I don't know. The 3 of Swords and the 4 of Cups. Wow. Last one. 5 of Cups and the 6 of Cups. One more. Knight of Cups and the Strength card. Okay. That's interesting. So that's all of the pairings I have for you guys today. Comment in the comments. Let me know which one you think is the best. Which ones you have. Which ones you don't have. If you've ever thought about pairing these together. If you haven't ever thought about pairing these together, let me know in the comments below. But that's all I got for you guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And y'all have a good night.